Today we're making some Dollar Tree crafts, all new, so keep watching. I'm Brandy, and this is Making It My Own DIYs. Welcome. The first project is a Crackle butterfly round. We're going to use Mod Podge, or you can use school glue. 2 different chalk paints, one in a pink cloud, and the other one is pink sky. A couple of different brushes, one for the glue and then one for paints. Then we're going to use this. It's either a moth or a butterfly. This is a decal from Dollar Tree. Very pretty and colorful, very boohoo looking if you ask me. Looks like a patch. And then we're going to use one of these little rounds that comes from Dollar Tree as well. You can start by removing that hanger. You can easily push that out. It's got a little plastic sleeve on the end of it. You just push it out. We're going to save it. And we're going to start off by using the darker color paint first. Shake it up, and I also have to mix it because it gets kind of thick. And it's been in and out of heat, in and out of my garage, in the house, and through the move, so it's kind of yuck right now. I'm going to use a paintbrush and just go over this entire thing. I don't need a really heavy coverage on this because it's going to be sort of a, a crackle or chippy finish in the end anyway. But I want to get it fairly evenly covered, keeping my brush strokes in the same direction. And then I will let that layer dry. And you can also use a heating tool, a blow dryer. You can put it out, by vent, however you want to do it, depending on your time frame. Once it's dry, and it does dry down a little bit darker, this is how it's going to look. And we're going to start with the glue. So I'm using Mod Podge because I couldn't find the school glue to show you that you could use it. So this Mod Podge has been in the same situation as my paint, and there are little paint boogers everywhere and little glue boogers everywhere. So I'm going to show you how to fix that if it does happen. Don't worry about it. We're not going to scratch the whole project, right? I'm going to give it a good even coverage, and then I'm just going to take some little tweezers here and pick off the pieces that I couldn't get off with the brush. All right, while that paint is still wet, I am going to add the next layer, and that's going to be the lighter color. I'm just putting on a paint tray, and then I'm going to put it on a wide brush. Something that's a little scratchy, a little chippy, doesn't give you a flat bottom, straight edge. And I'll just start dragging that across to make the crackle start. You want to go in the same direction every time. You're going to see me not do that in a moment. Yep, going right against what I just told you to do. But in general, when you do a crackle paint, you do not want to go in different directions. You want to stay in one direction. You can use double stick tape and tape it down to your table surface so it's not sliding all over the place if you need to. However you need to get yours together. Okay, so this is a light coverage of that lighter color, and I'm going to dry it. Now when you dry that chalk paint on top of the Mod Podge and the other chalk paint, that is what is going to start to cause the crackle. Feel free, if you have a crackle medium, to use that whatever way you choose to do it. Generally, when I do a crackle paint, I do 2 different colors, and then I stop at that point. But then I decided I wanted to try something a little bit different this time. So, of course, I'm experimenting with you guys, right? I'm going back over some spots that I left bald. If you do this, I mean, it's not recommended, but if you do it, be sure that you use a light hand, a very light hand, okay? Now, the reason I don't really care that much about the coverage in the middle is because it is the middle. I'm going to be putting some more of the dark right up over the top. But you'll see. It's going to change the color. It's going to change the texture. There's going to be bubbling and crackling, and it almost looks like oxidation, or where the heat begins to burn it a little bit. It is just going to give it an old, I don't know, weathered look, which I actually like. You know me and the rustic stuff, y'all. I'm just cleaning up the edges of this a little bit with the paper towel because I have some bubbles of glue and paint on the edges. I want to clean it up a bit. But this is how it looks if you decide just to do 2 layers of your crackle paint. Fine. It's great. You can leave it just like this. Totally going to be up to you. And you need to choose whatever colors coordinate with the decal that you're using,
Don't
obviously.
forget to like, comment, and share.
So I'm going to add another layer, and I'm still just going with the same direction that I did before. This one's going to be a little bit thicker, and I'm going to cover all of the painted surfaces with this, and then going to move right on while it is still wet. For those of you who ask, while it is still wet, I'm going to grab that darker color again. I'm going to make a big mess because you know that's what we have to do. And then I'll just start putting this right on top. The idea is not to blend it. It is to allow it to sit right on top of that glue. If you rub back and forth too much, it's just not going to give you a crackle finish at all. It won't. Don't ask me what it will do because I'm not sure. Feel free to experiment. It's just not something I recommend. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Scrappy, scratchy. Pieces are coming up. It's chunky looking. There's darker areas. It's turned orange in some spots. And I'm just going to keep putting the heat on there. Of course I am. Going to make sure I go all the way to the edges as well. Keep that thing moving though, because you can burn it. Now look at the texture in this round. I am obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. I know y'all hear me say it all the time and y'all probably think I'm just a lunatic, but I am seriously obsessed. Ah, I love it. Look how pretty those look together. Okay, so now that it is completely dry, I'm going to make sure that the holes are on the top so we can put the hanger back on there. And I'm going to put my little butterfly or moth, whatever you want to call this, down. Now, the positioning is totally up to you. I knew when I got this it's too big for the round, so I thought, well, we're going to make it look like it's overhanging. So we're going to put it off-centered. Now make sure you leave a space for the hole. If not, you're just going to have to punch a hole in there, whichever way you like. You can see the tip of the wing on the top is hanging off, and that is totally fine. Then I will grab the other piece. Did y'all know these? You can open these up and actually have the two pieces, so you don't have to switch from side to side. They just have like a little perforated edge, and you can open them right up. It's very convenient. I'm going to line it up with the body of the insect and then press it down. And then push everything down and into place. It will peel up easily if you need to reposition it before you really press it into place, because it's a wall decal and it's made to be removable if that's what you want to do. But if you try to press it down too hard and you pull it up, you may move some of the layers of your paint off, so just keep that in mind. Now you can use a sanding block to go over your edges. You can use a utility blade. You can use your scissors, however you would like to do it. I will also show you how I do it with my scissors. I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to use my scissors to cut, fairly close to the edge of the board. This way I can save that piece of sticker, and if I want to cut sections out of that to use for something else or make circles or just whatever, I have that little remnant piece there. Then I'll clean it up with my little sander all the way around the edge of where that decal hangs over. This is easy enough to do. You don't have to have a micro sander like I have. You can use a sanding block or sanding, paper, whatever's best for you, whatever you have available. Now I've decided that I'm going to take some of the little flowers that are on these pages in addition to the moth or the butterfly, and I'm just going to start adding those on, like it's almost like a little garden scene. I'm going to overlap, put them close together. I'm going to add a little bit of most of the pieces. There's a bunch of different colors and shapes and types of flowers, and I want to be sure I've got a good variety in there. I'm not looking for symmetry or anything like that with this piece. Generally in my projects, I am not. I think y'all know this about me by now. And I like that. I could have used the heart if I wanted to. There's other pieces here that could be used on other projects if you would like. This is how this looks, and I think it is so fun and pretty. If you don't like the butterfly or the moth, there are lots and lots of decals that you can get that are floral and just a variety of things that you can get at Dollar Tree. So just look through what they have and decide what you like best. To finish up the edge, since we got the hangers back in, I'm just going to use a little bit of my antiquing wax to show you this option instead. You can also use black paint, whatever you want to go around the edges. And I'm just going to hold that hanger out of the way so I don't make a mess. And then apply as much as you want around the edges. You can use a furniture repair marker. You can use, you don't even have to edge it if you don't want to. You can leave it like it is with the little bits of paint that are still around the edges of it. Totally up to you. I think this just sort of finishes it off, gives it a little bit of shading around the edge. It's just a look that I've always liked. But on this channel, we make it our own. Absolutely make it our own. Okay. Now, once you let it dry, you can apply some Mod Podge to make sure nothing moves. But for me, I am going to call it a day on this project. And this is what it looks like. Here it is staged outside. I just have it hanging up so you can see it on a little bit better lighting. Simple, didn't cost a lot of money, didn't take a lot of time, and a very cute look. The Magnolia wall pockets are next. This is some beautiful fabric that I found at Dollar Tree. Really pretty. It's got magnolias on it, and I love magnolias, and I am in Mississippi. Just to give you a better idea of what this looks like. And these are really, if you took two of them, you could make pillows with this. Very pretty. I'm going to take some white ribbon. You can use jute or baker's twine, whatever, to hang with. And then two of these little bamboo boards from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to lay out my fabric and decide how much I need, how big I want my pockets to be, and of course I'm not measuring, but y'all will be impressed with me. I'm going to get the ruler out in a minute. That's right. That's right. Brandy gets the ruler out. But for now, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to tear it. I know that I need about 1 inch to be on the back side of it, so that's kind of how I guessed how much I wanted to use there. Then I'll just fold that piece in half, little snip, tear it, and then we have our 2 fabric pieces for each one of our wood pieces. Feel free to wash your fabric, iron your fabric, however you would like to do yours. This is for instructional purposes only, so you're going to get to see my wrinkles. Okay, now I'm going to get the glue gun and go around that, do you call that a sergered edge? Serger? I can't remember. From my home ec days, y'all, I don't sew. I can't remember. But anyway, the serged edge, or the edge that is finished. Let's just put it that way. And we're going to flip it over just a little bit. I might have done a 1/2 inch. I didn't really measure. I just flipped it over. The important thing is to do the same amount on each side because you want your pockets to match. This is a set, so they need to match. So we're going to do the same thing to each piece. Easy enough, right? Now I'm going to show you that if you would like, you can do the other side of it as well, and you can do the 2 sides that go on the outsides of the board too. I'm not going to do that. So the edge that is sort of hemmed up with the glue, that's going to be the part where you see me putting the ruler up against. And what I'm doing is trying to decide how far I want it down from the top. So this is almost like it's upside down. Okay, so I'm putting glue on the bottom and then closing that off to make the bottom of the pocket. You see where I'm going? That's the bottom of the pocket. Y'all had nails on. I had nails on for a wedding that I went to. My nephew got married. And I just do not know what to do with them, and you'll see that in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over here, make sure my measurements are about the same. And I was somewhere around 3 1/4, 3 1/2 inches down, maybe. And then I'm going to flip up the bottom of this side. I'm doing both of them at the same time to make sure that they are similar. Then we're going to sort of tuck and just pushing that down with my nail and turning that edge over. And this is going to make like the seam or the side seam at the bottom. Good grief, you can tell I am not a seamstress. I am just, I know some of y'all are like, woman, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, tucking again, adding a little glue, and I'm going to overlap it. Now, I'm doing this at an angle. This is not straight across. You can tell where I put it on the board because I want it to be at an angle. See here that it is still at the angle so that it is tightest on the bottom and it gets a little wider toward the top, which is our opening. See where I'm pointing? We're going to do the same thing here. It's going to be a little tighter on the bottom and a little looser toward the top. I'm just laying my fabric right down in the glue, leaving a little bit of space there because we want room in the pocket, right? So you can put whatever you want in there. You do it too tight, you can't get anything in. Perfect. We'll treat this side the same way. We'll do it a little bit quicker because we don't need to drag it out. Nobody wants to hear me repeat that process again, I am sure. So how's everybody doing this day? You doing good today? You doing good this week? Have we had a good spring so far? Are we a big fan of pollen and allergies? No, we are not. I don't think we are.
Don't forget to like,
If you have
comment,
not
and
already
share.
subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you here following along with me on my journey to 100,000 subscribers. It's been about 5 years now, and it has been the best job I have ever had, the most rewarding. I have met the best people and have just had the time of my life creating for y'all and sharing with y'all and getting to know you. It's been wonderful, and I've got many more years in me. Many more. All right, so pockets are now complete, and I want to show you that you can stuff these with whatever you like. The only reason I'm using paper towels is because I did not want to leave the room to go get the Walmart bags that I have saved up. That would be a good way to stuff the bottom if you wanted. I'm only stuffing the bottom to show you. If you want to use these pockets for greenery or more of a decorative piece, then you can make the bottom look like it's a little more full, so it's not flat. And when you put greenery in there, it has a little more body to it. If you want to use these for maybe incoming and outgoing mail, or you want to store your sewing scissors in here, or you want to put, your favorite pens or markers next to your workstation, then, you don't have to stuff the bottom at all. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now we're going to do the hanging part. We're not putting anything tremendously heavy in here, and this is bamboo. If you don't already know, with bamboo, it's a very light wood. It's not heavy. This is going to hold it with no problem unless you put a lot of heavy scissors or something like that in there. I don't trust my staple gun on this cheap wood either. I say cheap, you know what I mean. Bamboo, this light wood, because it would probably split it. So doing it this way works fine. Okay, y'all, look at somebody who does not normally wear nails. Check this out. Can we see what's happening here? Do you see the struggle? I'm about to lose my mind at this point. I cannot. But I know it's not just me, right? Oh, look at there. Look at their success. Success at last. Oh my gosh. I got it. So there's the hanger on the back. Then we're going to do the next one the exact same way, just using some scraps of paper, a little bit of hot glue to hold that in place. Boy, sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself, don't you? You just have to laugh. It's been one of those days. I'm tired, y'all. I'm real tired. Okay, so there we are with our pockets. And I just wanted to show you that if you want to use it for greenery, which I think is a super cute idea for a narrow wall or a narrow space, you could even do this for like a bathroom if you wanted. Then you could just take some pieces of greenery and whatever type that you like. If you have some Magnolia silk flowers or something, you could use that down in here if you wanted. I thought the greenery was sufficient to show you kind of how it would look. And you just tuck those in, and I'm tucking them behind those paper towels or your Walmart bags, whichever one, to show you how that would look. And it holds them in place fairly well. You don't have to use foam, and it's fine. It's easy to change out if you want to use these for something else. And you can just trim them however tall you want to make them, or, however small. Anything heavy in here is going to make it sort of flip forward. So you don't want to do anything like this. This is more for like a light usage, I guess. But really, really cute and very cottagey. I know lots of people do pockets for walls in different ways, and I've certainly done them before with metal pieces that I've flipped. But I thought it would be a cute idea to show you how you could do it with something that you could get from Dollar Tree. So I hope that you like this one. Thank you again to my members who keep me going. I appreciate your generosity. It means a lot. The nature-themed planner board is next. All right, so I've got some of these little tools here. I've got some of these IOD transfers. Thank you, Kendra from Late Night Creations. She sent these to me because she said that it's more my style than hers, and of course I'm going to use it. Here's my sign from the Dollar Tree. This is what it looks like. There were two different types, and this is the one that I chose. I'm just going to take my tag off because we're not in the mood for mini purling today. Add some heat, whatever you want to do to get your tag off, or leave the tag on there. Totally up to you. Same thing with these hangers. I'm just going to feed it back through, and we're going to save it. We can use the same one again, or you can change it up for something else. Now the fun part. I can just cut around here and find the moths and the butterflies and the mushrooms that I really want to use on my little board here. This could be a recipe board. This could be for school. This could be for work. Obviously, this is not something that you're going to be able to get a whole lot on. Kind of think about it like when people do planners and they decorate it so much that there's not a whole lot of room left on there for you to write anything, right? Do it on a smaller scale if you need to. If you don't have transfers like this, just use some stickers that you like. Dollar Tree has tons of stickers, and I know that because I go to Dollar Tree and buy their stickers all the time. Yes, all the time. I love them. So I'm just using this little tool that this comes with this set. I've had these transfers before, and they come with their own little tool. Sometimes I switch it up, and you'll see that in a moment. So you're going to place it down, rub it to make sure it's all on there, and then you'll use that backing to kind of burnish it down. And then it leaves a little bit of a dusty or like a fog on that black chalkboard. So all you have to do is take your hands, and I guess the natural oils from your hands, just pretty much wipe it off. So you'll see me using the paper to burnish it and then my hand to wipe it down, and it worked great. So this is just me. This is kind of how I do it. And I'm leaving this part in for y'all because we all have different creative processes, right? And ways that we do things. But sometimes for video's sake and time's sake, we take things out so that y'all won't be bored with this. But there are some people who want to know more about the process and how you decide where you want to put things and stuff like that. So in some videos, I like to leave that in there and talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay. So for the large mushrooms that I have here, I wanted something that gave it a lot of impact. And I liked the idea of overlapping it over a line that was there, a divider that was already there, because it's going to leave room on the sides to still be able to write or put another sticker or, whatever you choose to do there. This is a little wooden tool. And y'all have had this so long. I got it at the thrift store, and I'm not even sure exactly what this tool is, but it is wooden and it works great for this. It gets in those little spots and really makes a difference. So the transfer's down. I'm now going to burnish it. Do you see that little halo effect it kind of gives it? It gives it that misty whatever. So now you can just wipe it right off. Almost like when you use chalk and chalk leaves that little cloud. I'm just kind of wiping that off. So of course the fun part is getting to choose where you want to put everything. I, as a kid, had sticker books. I absolutely loved the sticker books. I had the hologram stickers, the scratch and sniff. I loved the buttered popcorn. That was wonderful. I had unicorns and butterflies, and then I put them all over my Huffy bicycle. Oh, those were the days. Those were the days, y'all. So I'm just putting down another moth here, a big one. You can overlap your words. And look, if you don't like this, if you see the sign, but you're like, why in the world would you even do that? Because I will get those comments. Somebody will say, well, why would you even do that? If you don't like it like this apothecary look, this, botanical look, paint your whole thing a different color. If you want that to be just a scenery, then just paint the whole thing a different color. You can paint right over it. You can make the entire thing black if you want to. It's totally up to you, but I love the idea of the mixed media, and I just like the way this looks. I've got a video where I did a board that I keep in my bed that I use for work or whatever, like a little work table thing that I did with Crackle paint, and I did with transfers and stickers and all kinds of stuff. Just the thing is gorgeous. I love it, and I use it, and it's right beside my bed. It's fun. I like the look of it. I like the busyness of it, but it's so natural. I don't know. So with your transfers, I wanted to show you that if you don't rub a section down, you can pull it right up without cutting it off. See the little mushroom on the side? I didn't want it there, overlapping that side, but I can still use that and put it in another area. So I want to put it on this side. You can overlap these transfers. Now, I don't know if you can overlap every transfer, but with IOD, I've had very good luck with using, with overlapping. No problem at all. Look at the beautiful color, and I'm showing you, this is not a sponsored video, by the way. Obviously, somebody gave me these, but I have worked with IOD before, and their products are wonderful. When you put them on top of black or a dark colored paint, you do not lose any of the color. None. You can see how beautiful this stands out on this black background. Not an issue at all. Now, you can always get your transfers wherever you want to, but I can't speak to every transfer brand because I have not tried them all. I can only speak to the ones I have tried, and I've used the ones from Dollar Tree, which I really do like, but they're on a smaller scale, right? So these are bigger and you get more bang for your buck. I think it's an investment that you just have to decide whether or not you want to make it. Maybe ditch that extra coffee that you get in the morning and make your own. Save a little money and invest in yourself, in your crafting business or your crafting journey or whatever. It's totally up to you. That's just me saying that. You do what you want to do, right? Look at the colors. Oh my goodness, this makes my heart so happy, y'all. My heart is happy. Are y'all happy? I heard somebody say the other day, ooh, moths, yuck. I saw that in my comments, and I thought, why would you think that a moth is gross? What's yucky about a moth? I don't understand. I don't understand sometimes, but, again, to each his own. All right. Add a little, put a little here, put a little there, overlap some, cover the corners. But as you can see in the boxes, you can still see things in there, right? You can still see. I want to add and just show you another overlapping. I'm going to put another one of these like right on top of that mushroom, like it's ready to fly off. And I'm just using my tweezers to help peel up that backing because of the nails. Otherwise, I could have got it with my own fingernail. Now, just to richen this up, I'm going to show you that you can use some black chalk paint, or you can use the antiquing wax and go with that if you want. But I'm going to use the black because the board is a chalkboard, so I'm just going to use black. And I'm going over it with this little pouncer. You can just use a little finger dauber. You can use the tip of your finger, sponge. Just be careful if you use a paintbrush because you might get your paint kind of going up the side. Now, I knew I didn't want the heart up there on top. It just does not match this. So I thought, you know what, we're going to cover it with something. So I chose a mushroom. I even chose like a little wood ornament slice, but I didn't really care for that. So I thought, you know what, let's do something that's unexpected, like a mushroom cap, right on the top. So you can see through the back, there's a little bit of glue still there, and I'm just going to use a scrap of paper to cover up that hole. And then we can easily replace that cord to hang it up. And that will finish off that project. It's so cute. Okay, yes, there was a variety in the things that we made today, but it all came from things that you can get at Dollar Tree. So look around your house, look around Dollar Tree, try to think outside the box. What can you do that's going to match your decor that you can get affordably? For more ideas, check out the rectangle below. I thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. Bye.